Another way of classifying data is to use 4 levels of measurement. And this is what we're going to talk about next: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. What is nominal? First of all, we have to know what our information is. So nominal level of measurement is characterized by data that consists of names, labels, categories. And the data cannot be arranged in any order, such as low to high. For example, if I had a yes, no, or undecided survey, well, there's no way I can arrange them. This is called the nominal level. The values don't mean anything. The data has no measurement. We can count up how many yeses we have, we can count how many no's we have, and we can count how many undecideds we have. But the number, we can't subtract one from the other and get anything of interest. What is the color of your hair? Well, there could be many different answers, but it's not a quantitative answer. It's a qualitative answer. It has to do with an attribute. Ordinal level of measurement. We start at the lowest level of what we can measure, and we're going to move up through the different levels. Ordinal level of measurement involves data that can be arranged in some order, but differences obtained by subtraction between data values cannot be determined or are meaningless. Let's say I said an A is a 4, a B is a 3, a C is a 2, a D is a 1, and an F is a 0. Can I subtract 4 minus 3 and I get 1, which is a D? A minus B equals D doesn't make any sense, because I'm just randomly assigning a value to these things. The value is really meaningless. We have interval level. Interval levels of measurement involve data that can be arranged in order. Numbers can be arranged in order, and the differences between data values can be found and are meaningful. The difference between year 1000 and 2000 is 1,000 years. Between 1000 and 1776 is 776 years, and so on. They do have meaning. However, there's no natural zero starting point. No natural zero starting point at which none of the quantity is present. We're just kind of picking years. There's no starting place. We're not graphing it starting at year 0 and moving it along. I think we'll see the difference in a minute. And then we have ratio level. Ratio level is the highest level of quantitative data. It can be arranged in order. The differences are meaningful. There is a natural zero starting point where 0 indicates that none of the quantity is present. Differences and ratios are both meaningful. Differences means subtraction. Ratio means like miles per gallon is a ratio. It's division. An example is a 50-minute class and a 100-minute class. The difference is meaningful. We can put it in order. There's 50 minutes difference between the two. I could have a class that has 0 minutes. I understand what 0 minutes means. Differences would be 100 minus 50 equals 50. That's meaningful. Ratios is another one. I could say 100 over 50 equals 2. That this class, the 100-minute class, is twice as long as the 50-minute class. And that has meaning. When you have ratio level, it means you actually have very nice quantitative data. Here's a summary of the different levels of measurement. I filled out the survey before I put it up here. Number 1, male or female. Where would that go? Would that be a nominal, ordinal? Does male or female have any differences or a natural 0 point? No. We're going to go down a level. We'll call this level 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 being that where numbers have the most meaning. We know male and female doesn't have anything to do with differences or zeros or anything like that. Interval, there are differences, but no natural 0 point. Well, female is not a number. Definitely no. Ordinal, categories with some order. Well, I'm not saying that some people don't want to order female and male in a certain way, but there is no natural order to male or female. This would be just categories. We would call this nominal. Randomly select 4 digits. So I just pick 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's start at the top. Differences and a natural 0 point. Do you think we would have that for this example? If I just have randomly selected 4 digits. If you picked 4 digits randomly and I picked 4 digits randomly and we subtracted them, does that mean anything? No, it just is another random digit. It is a number, and I can put them in an order, but the difference has no meaning. We're going to go down to ordinal, which are categories with some order. This, I can put numbers in order, and I can make them into categories, but they don't have any meaning other than that they're a number. That would be ordinal. Eye color, well, I don't have any numbers, so I can't put them in any order. I'm just going to go all the way back to nominal. There's nothing I can do with this. Let's get all the nominals actually first. Anything that's nominal would not be a number. I would also say this would be nominal, because it's just yes or no, male or female, what color are your eyes, things like that. There's no numbers involved. Now what we'll do is we'll talk about things with numbers. Things with numbers should not be nominal, because we can put them at least in order if they have numbers. Does the order mean anything? That's a whole different story, but we can put them in order. Let's see, what can we put in order here that actually has no meaning? Well, height, well, that has meaning. The total number of coins, I can put them in order, and they do have meaning. How many keys? Yeah, I can put them in order, and I can say 5 minus 3 is 2 keys. The difference actually means something. It means if you have 5 keys and I have 3 keys, then the difference between our number of keys is 2. We can probably move above ordinal. Credit cards in my possession, 2. That counts something. It is an amount that has meaning. Enter the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. That is not the last 4 digits of my Social Security number, just in case you wanted to try. I can put it in order, but the differences mean nothing. The difference between this and this, right, ordinal and interval, is I can take the difference. I mean, I can take the difference, but it really has no meaning. So I would put this as ordinal. And I think that's all the ordinal ones that I can see here. So we did nominal and we did ordinal. Now interval, we can take the differences, but there's no starting point. There's no natural 0 starting point. Well, height has a starting point of 0. When we're in utero, we could say we're 0, and then we grow and grow and grow until we get to a certain point, and then we stop growing. The total value of all coins in your possession, the total value, I thought it said total number, but that's okay. I have $15 worth of coins in my possession. There is a natural starting point. I can have 0 coins. I can have 0. I can have no coins in my possession. I could have no keys in my possession. I can have no credit cards in my possession. And I can have no credit. I can be taking no credit hours. I don't actually see anything here that would be interval. Let's move on and see if the rest of them are all ratio. We already talked about height. That is definitely ratio because I can find the differences in my heights. There is a natural starting point when I am 0 inches tall. We're going to make this ratio. The total value of all coins in your possession. Let's say I have $15 worth of coins and you have $5. I can subtract them and we have $10 difference. I could put 15 over 5 and I have 3 times as much money. There is a natural 0 starting point. I could have no coins, which means I have no money. This is ratio. How many keys are in your possession? Again, it's a number that's quantitative, but it actually, the values mean something. If I subtract them, I can subtract 2 different values. It does have a natural 0 point. I can have no keys. This would be ratio. Same with credit cards, ratio. Same with credit hours, ratio. The only one I didn't have was interval. Let's make up one. Something that would be interval would be, let's make it 11. 11. This could be the year you were born. And I'm going to lie here and say 1999. This would be interval because if I was born in 1999 and you were born in 2005, we could definitely take the difference and see how many years apart we are. But there's no natural 0 starting point. If I said the difference in our years, it would be ratio. But the year I was born, no one that I'm going to ask was born in year 0. It doesn't have a starting point of 0. That would be an interval. Thank you for listening.